Good afternoon, everybody. It's 4 o'clock. It is time for a little bit of brand magic. I have got my cup of tea with me. Not sure if you're on to beer o'clock or, you're happy just to have a cup of tea, but this is time for us to chat and have a bit of a discussion about branding and what branding is. So I'm just going to recap a little bit of what we've gone through in the past. We've discussed the fact that branding is not about your logo. Your logo is simply a symbol that is a visual connection to your brand. Your brand is so much more than that. We've looked at your brand personality and where your personality might sit with your brand. And now today, I want to discuss your brand promise. Now, I should make it very clear, this is not about your vision. This is not about your mission. This is your vision, your mission, all that kind of stuff. This is all about your promise. If you were going to promise your customer just one thing every single day, what would that be? If you were going to promise your team one thing, what would that be? Now, this doesn't mean you have to have 5 promises, because the reality is that if you have 5 promises, the chances are that you're going to drop the ball somewhere along the line. And if you drop the ball, what it means is that you are not reliable. So what we're wanting to do is create a brand promise that everybody can focus on every single day, that they make that their key core focus. And if you're delivering on that every day, if you're telling your customers what that promise is and you're delivering on it every single day, then if other things go wrong, they're a lot more forgiving. But if you keep dropping the ball on your promise all the time, you are going to become unreliable. People are not going to want to do business with you. They're not going to keep coming back. They're certainly not going to refer their friends or family, because they don't know if you can deliver on what you're saying you're going to deliver on. So I want to go through a couple of examples of some different bigger companies, bigger brands that have their brand promise. Okay, so I kind of like Nike's one. They want to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Now, the thing is that Nike actually defines a person, well, defines an athlete as a body with a heartbeat. So as far as they're concerned, if you have a body and you have a heartbeat, then you are pretty much an athlete. And they want to provide inspiration and innovation to you. And that's why their slogan is just do it. You know, they encourage you just to do something rather than nothing. All right, another one would be one of the firm examples that everyone likes to look at is Apple. And their promise and their slogan are actually the same thing, which is think different. So everything that they do is about thinking differently. When they are talking to their clients, they say, we promise to think different. So we can provide you with products that are going to be innovative and different and sync your life and look beautiful all at the same time. And that's what they're constantly trying to do, is to deliver on that promise of think different. All right, what about IKEA? Okay, IKEA want to create a better everyday life for the many, so for everybody. So, you know, by providing beautiful products that are at an affordable rate, that people can put together and have in their homes, it's just creating a better everyday life. And you can see how IKEA is focusing that on an everyday basis. All right, what about Coca-Cola? So Coca-Cola, their promise is to inspire moments of optimism and uplift. So they really are wanting to create these moments where people come together and they're enjoying life, and that is when they're going to crack open a Coke. All right, what about Disney? So Disney is one of my absolutely favorite brands because they just do everything so magically. And it's ironic that they actually use the word magical in their brand promise, which is creating happiness through magical experiences. And I think Disney pretty much does that on a daily basis. They pretty awesome as far as I'm concerned. All right, and one which I love, it is just so simple, and that is Spotify, just music for everyone. Now, when you think of something that simple, it's really easy for their clients to remember that, for the entire team to remember that, to have music for everyone. It means music accessibility. It means different genres, different musicians. So they're really trying to bring that across. So, all right. White River Design, what's our brand promise? We have looked at a number of different things to come up with our brand promise. So our brand promise is to create brands that our customers can be proud of. Now, one of the reasons why this is our brand promise is because we have realized over the years that clients have different pain points. And a very big pain point when it comes to design or to branding is people are, well, you know what, if I'm going to be spending money doing this, what if I don't like it? What happens then? So our promise is to create designs or to create brands that our customers are proud of. And if you're proud of it, it means that you like it. And so you don't just like it. There has to be a fair amount of love in that for you to be proud of something. So that is our aim, and that is our promise to our customers every single day. It's the one thing that we focus on. All right. So when you're looking at your brand promise, you're probably sitting there going, yeah, but how do I figure out what my promise is or what my promise should be? I highly recommend that you watch a TED Talk by an amazing man called Simon Sinek, who has this whole philosophy of start with why. Don't look at what you do. Don't necessarily look at how you do it, but look at why you do it, because that why brings back the purpose. The purpose is to what gets you out of bed every day, what floats your boat, and why should I care? So that's an important part to looking at where your brand promise could lie. All right. One of the other things that you need to look at is, what pain am I relieving for my clients? So write down on a piece of paper every single pain point that a client might have. Are they concerned about money? Are they concerned about time? Are they concerned about their reputation? Are they concerned, about how it's going to affect them? Think about all the different pain points that your service might address for them. Maybe they don't have enough time for stuff. So have a look at that and see how many different pain points you can come up with. And then what I'd like you to do is to rank those and go, you know what, when I'm talking or listening to my clients talk, what are they always coming up with? What is the one big one that everybody is talking about? Because that's the one you want to look at and address the most. All right. So how do you then want people to feel? Right. In our case, we want people to feel proud. So what kind of outcome are you looking for? How do you want people to feel? Do you want them to feel secure? Do you want them to feel happy? Do you want them to feel empowered? Do you want them to feel, that they've made the right decision? Do you want them to feel relieved, stress-free? There could be a whole bunch of different things that you want them to feel. So same thing again. Go and rank all of those words from the most important to the least important. And so we're now going to start getting a picture of where the pain point lies for the client, and then how you want them to feel when they come and use your service. All right. So what kind of reputation do you want? And we know now that goes right back to what branding is all about. So look at the kind of reputation you want. With our brand promise, we want to create brands that our customers are proud of. If our customers are proud, it means that they're going to go and they're going to talk to their friends and family or anyone who's starting a business about us as well. If they're proud about what they're going to do, they're going to share it amongst more and more people. If they're proud, they're going to come back and they're going to use our service time and time again. So there's a lot going on there. Also, we don't want to put out anything that is not going to reflect well on us. So it keeps us honest. it keeps us focused. It keeps us doing the right thing for the client all the time, because that is what our promise is. And that's the kind of reputation that we want to build, is a reputation for producing really great, amazing, connected brands. So does that make sense? I hope I'm making a bit of sense. If I am, give me a little thumbs up while I take a sip of my tea. All right. So we now have a couple of ideas as to how we can then start with a brand promise. Look at the core of what your business is. You don't need to address anything in particular. Fantastic. Thanks, Faith. You don't need to address anything in particular, all right? As in having 5 different promises, right? And you don't need to address each one individually. What you're wanting to do is get a very big overview of where the pain might lie, how you can solve that, and what the outcome for the client is going to be. And the thing is, with your brand promise, if you're going to promise something, don't keep it internal and nobody hears about it. Send it out there, put it out into the world. Become famous for that thing that you are now promising to people, because if there's one thing that someone can then take with them and say, well, you've got to use their service because they promise this and they deliver on this. It makes for a very powerful reputation, very powerful delivery point. Now, we all know those people that let us down. You know, you invite them to come out on a Friday evening and somehow every Friday morning a child is sick or they're not well or they have to wash their hair or something, and they let you down. And it gets to a stage where you invite them and you invite them and you invite them until eventually you go, you know what, I am sick of this. I am tired of having to deal with someone like that. So I'm just not going to invite them anymore. Those friends become known as being unreliable. They're not the kind of people that you want in your life, because they're not actually benefiting you as a person. And the same thing goes for your business, right? You need to be that person for your clients. And if you're letting them down the whole time, they're not going to want to come and do business with you again, no matter how loyal they are. Loyalty will only last so long. But there's so many other businesses out there working so damn hard to get your clients and to keep their clients, that for somebody to jump ship is not that hard a thing to do. So what I'd love you to do is have a really good think about what your brand promise is or what it could be, and feel free to leave it down in the comments area below. And I'd be happy to give a bit of a critique, some feedback, and let you know what I think about your brand promise. But it really is something that's super important, and it is something that you, as a business owner, need to tell your team, you need to tell your clients, you need to focus on that every single day, no matter what you do. If you don't do anything else, just focus on that brand promise. I hope that's been helpful. If you need any help with anything else, I have the Brand Magic Masterclass, which is an online program that you can go to brandmagicmasterclass.com, and you can sign up there and find out more about branding in general. Thanks so much. Bye.